Well, the Jam's Brandon Pope, he's actually out live covering last night's rally in downtown Chicago. Brandon, good morning. Please fill us in on the local reaction to what's been happening across the nation.
Hey, good morning, Felicia. There was a vigil last night with lots of Chicagoans standing in solidarity with the victims of that brutal Charlottesville attack. And we've been unpacking this all morning and having some real conversations about race in America and hate groups like the white supremacist movement. Here to kind of unpack it here with me is Kofi Ademola with Black Lives Matter Chicago. Kofi, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you being here. First of all, you see this happen in Charlottesville, states and states away, but could this happen in Chicago, or is it more of just a southern phenomenon?
Well, I would say in Chicago, we're dealing with neoliberalism, police terrorism, and more structural violence, but it can definitely happen. I fear for my comrades in Champaign-Urbana, in Peoria, in Indiana, where we see white nationalist groups constantly happening. So I don't think it would necessarily happen here the way it played out there. But when Trump was in town and we shut him down and pushed him out of Chicago, we saw a lot of those people come out to support him in downtown Chicago at UIC. So if the conditions are right, it can happen anywhere in America.
And what are your thoughts on last night's vigil and seeing people come together here in the city of Chicago?
I was glad that I was able to speak at that vigil. It was powerful. We got to uplift Heather and all the ones that were lost and unfortunately killed in Charlottesville. It's important that people come together to grieve, but it's more important for us to come together to begin to organize and fight back against acts of violence like this and prepare ourselves and think about safety and security, because we have to prevent future things like this from happening. We already saw, I believe it was in Minneapolis, where white supremacists shot at Black Lives Matter organizers while they were trying to protest in front of a police station. 5 people were shot that night, I believe. So acts of violence like this have happened before and will definitely happen again. That's why we have to be prepared and think about safety, security, and coming together.
And we were talking a little bit earlier about the Bud Billiken parade. Kind of a moment of hope there, you said.
Yeah, unfortunately, while Charlottesville was unfolding, we were with Chance the Rapper and everyone else at the Bud Billiken parade. Black Lives Matter youth were marching in that parade, and it was such a powerful, beautiful experience to see people from all over Chicago come through and to support such a loving presence. So it was very disheartening for us to find out while we were celebrating love and life and unity, people were being racist and celebrating white supremacy and looking to harm and hurt people.
Well, there you have it. We've been unpacking this all morning long. Feel free to tell us what you think about the events in Charlottesville and what we can do as a city to aid in this conversation. For now, I'm live from the Federal Plaza. Brandon Pope, The Jam.